The silence in the alien cell block felt wrong. Jack Miller opened his swollen eyes, tasting blood. Why weren't the Krazak guards making their usual clicking sounds? He pushed himself up from the cold metal floor, wincing as pain shot through his ribs. The purple lights of the cell cast strange shadows across his bruised face. 3 days since the aliens had taken the outpost. 3 days of questions, pain, and more questions. Jack wasn't alone. 20 other humans sat or lay in nearby cells. Some cried. Some stared at nothing. All wore the same torn uniforms of Earth Defense Force. "They're scared of us," whispered Sam from the next cell. His face was cut badly, one eye swollen shut. "Did you see how they backed away when Peters kept laughing during torture?" Jack nodded. The aliens seemed confused by humans. The Krazak stood nearly 8 feet tall, with armored exoskeletons and 4 arms that could tear a human in half. Yet something about the prisoners made them nervous. Heavy footsteps approached. The other prisoners went quiet. A massive figure appeared outside Jack's cell, larger than the other Krazak, with red markings across its shell. "Commander Vexnar," one guard announced, lowering its head. The force field disappeared. 4 guards entered, pinning Jack against the wall. He didn't fight back. Not yet. Vexnar stepped closer. His black eyes reflected the purple light as he studied Jack. "You are not what we expected," Vexnar said, his translator making the words sound flat. "Your species is physically weak. No natural armor, no significant strength. Yet you fight like creatures possessed." Jack said nothing. "The others break easily, but you," Vexnar moved closer. 3 interrogation sessions, and you give nothing but your name and rank. Jack Miller, Sergeant, Earth Defense Force. That's all you get. Vexnar pulled out a scanning device, running it over Jack's body. The device beeped rapidly. "Interesting. Your body contains 15 healed bone fractures. Crude metal pins in your left leg. Scar tissue throughout your torso. Radiation damage to lung tissue." Vexnar's head tilted. "These injuries predate our conflict. How are you still functional?" Jack smiled through bloody teeth. "We're hard to kill. Your planet. Tell me about Earth. Beautiful place. You should visit. We'll throw you a party." The guard to Jack's right struck him hard. Jack spit blood but kept smiling. "Your species survived 3 global wars before reaching space," Vexnar said. "How? Our simulations showed your civilization should have collapsed." "That's just what humans do," Jack replied. "We endure." Vexnar pressed a button on his armor. A holographic display appeared, showing Earth's history. Images flashed by world wars, nuclear tests, natural disasters, famine. "You're young, trained for combat through recreational activities," Vexnar said, showing football games and boxing matches. "Your entertainment depicts violence. Your children play at war." "We like to be prepared," Jack said. Vexnar moved to another image, a human hospital. "Your medical procedures. You cut open your own bodies while still alive? Surgery. Saves lives." "Barbaric," Vexnar whispered. And yet, the alien commander tapped more controls. New images appeared. Humans pulling others from burning buildings, medics treating wounded on battlefields, people rebuilding after disasters. Vexnar's breathing changed. He stepped back, mandibles clicking rapidly. "What is wrong, Commander?" one guard asked. Vexnar didn't answer. His eyes remained fixed on Jack as the historical records continued playing. For the first time, Jack saw something in those alien eyes he recognized. Fear. The commander's forearms trembled slightly as he accessed more Earth records. His exoskeleton seemed to pale. Without warning, Vexnar froze completely, staring at something on the screen only he could see. The guards looked at each other in confusion. Never had they seen their war-hardened commander react this way to any species. "What did you show him?" Jack asked, nodding toward the screen. Vexnar finally spoke, his voice barely a whisper. What you endured to reach the stars. 3 days later, Jack found himself strapped to a cold metal table. Bright lights burned his eyes. 5 Krozak scientists moved around him, their claws clicking against screens and metal tools. Behind them stood Vixnar and a larger alien with gold markings, some kind of superior officer. A human shows unusual cellular repair rates, one scientist reported. Bone density exceeds our models. Jack turned his head, spotting Ben Harris on another table nearby. They had brought in more officials to study the humans since Vexinar's strange reaction. "Hey, Ben," Jack called out. "How's the 5-star treatment?" Ben managed a weak smile despite the probes attached to his chest. "Room service could be better." A scientist jabbed Jack with a needle. He clenched his teeth but didn't make a sound. "Pain response minimal," the scientist noted. "Subject maintains humor during testing." The gold-marked alien stepped forward. "Commander Vexinar claims these creatures evolved on what we would classify as a death world. Gravity 30% stronger than Krozak optimal. Extreme temperature variations. Constant radiation from their sun. Thousands of toxic plants and venomous animals. And yet they became the dominant species," another scientist added. Jack caught Ben's eye. Something passed between them, a plan forming. Vexinar approached Jack's table. "Your historical records show your people survived nuclear weapons used on your own cities. How is this possible?" "We're stubborn," Jack said. "No species survives such things without changing," Vexinar insisted. "You should have evolved differently." The gold-marked alien clicked his mandibles. "The human prisoners have displayed concerning adaptability. 3 have already learned basic Krozak commands despite no translation devices." Jack had noticed that too. Sam in the cell block had started understanding the guards after just 2 days. "Increase the pain stimulus?" ordered the gold-marked alien. "I want to see their limits." The scientist turned a dial. Fire raced through Jack's nerves. He arched against the restraints, metal cutting into his wrists. Across the room, Ben screamed. "Stop," Jack gasped. "He's had enough." "Interesting," said the scientist. "This one shows concern for the other, even during extreme pain." The gold-marked alien leaned closer to Jack. "Your species is dangerous. You adapt too quickly. You endure what should kill you." Jack saw his chance. The restraint on his right wrist had loosened from his struggling. With a sudden jerk, he broke free, grabbing the nearest scientist by the throat. Alarms blared. Guards rushed in. "Back off!" Jack shouted, using the scientist as a shield. "Ben now." Ben had also worked free. He lunged for the control panel, smashing it with his fist. The lights flickered. Jack's table tilted, throwing him forward. He rolled, coming up with a Krozak cutting tool in hand. "Impossible," Vexinar said. The restraints were tested for 3 times human strength. Jack backed toward the communication terminal. "You keep underestimating what humans can do when we need to." Guards surrounded him, weapons raised. Ben tackled one from behind, creating a distraction. "Jack, the terminal!" Ben shouted. "I'll hold them." Jack lunged for the alien computer, jamming his fingers against the controls. He'd watched the scientists enough to know basic commands. The screen lit up with Kazakh ship schematics. "Stop him!" The gold-marked alien roared. Ben fought like a man possessed, holding back 2 guards. A third fired, hitting Ben in the shoulder. He stumbled, but didn't fall. "Got it!" Jack yelled, hitting the final sequence. The terminal flashed green. Transmission sent. Earth would now have the Krozak shield frequencies and weapon specifications. A guard slammed Jack to the floor. The last thing he saw was Ben's bloody smile before a weapon struck his head. When Jack woke, he was in a new cell. Vinjar stood outside, watching him. "Your friend died for that transmission," Vexinar said. "Was it worth it?" Jack rose to his feet, blood caked on his face. He knew it was. "The High Command has reviewed your case," Vexinar continued. Tomorrow you fight in the arena. No human has ever survived it. Jack met the alien's gaze. Then I'll be the first. The arena roared with alien voices. Jack stood in the entry tunnel, feeling the vibrations through his bare feet. They had given him only simple pants and a short blade that looked like a toy in his hand. The champion has killed 63 challengers, said the guard, pushing him forward. No one lasts more than 2 minutes. Jack rolled his shoulders. His body ached from yesterday's beating, but his mind was clear. Ben's sacrifice wouldn't be wasted. The tunnel opened to blinding light. Jack squinted as he stepped onto red sand. The arena was massive, with rising seats filled with thousands of Krozak. Screens floated in the air, showing his face. The human challenger enters, boomed a voice. Watch as our champion adds another species to his victory count. Jack scanned the arena. No cover. No weapons except his small blade. Just open sand and death waiting. From the opposite tunnel emerged a nightmare. 9 feet tall with 6 limbs and a shell like black metal. The Krozak champion carried a curved blade in each of his 4 fighting arms. The crowd went wild. Jack's mind flashed back. He was 12 again, hiding in a closet while raiders attacked his colony. He was 20, watching his squad die in an ambush. He was 30, carrying wounded civilians through burning streets. Each time he had survived, the champion charged. Jack dove right, feeling the wind as blades sliced where he had stood. He rolled to his feet, ducking another swing. Too fast, too strong. Fight, human, the champion roared. Die with honor. Jack backed away, studying his opponent. The champion was fast, but followed patterns. 4 swings, then reset. Jack counted the seconds between attacks. A blade caught his arm, drawing blood. The crowd cheered. Jack stumbled, but kept moving. In the royal box, Jack spotted Vexenar watching intently. Their eyes met briefly. Vexenar touched his lower left side, then looked away. A weakness? Jack had nothing to lose. The champion charged again. This time Jack didn't retreat. He ducked under the first 2 blades, locked the third with his small knife, and took a cut across his back from the 4th. Pain exploded through him. But he was inside the champion's reach now. Jack drove his blade toward the lower left side of the champion's shell. The knife found a gap. Green fluid sprayed out. The champion roared in pain, staggering back. The crowd went silent. Jack pressed forward, ignoring his wounds. The champion swung wildly now, off balance. Jack took another cut to his shoulder, but landed 2 more strikes to the same weak spot. The champion fell to one knee. Jack stood over him, bloody knife raised. Finish him, the crowd chanted. Finish him. Jack looked at the fallen champion, then at the royal box. At Vexenar, at the gold-marked alien who had ordered Ben's death. He dropped his knife. No, Jack said, loud enough for the nearest viewers to hear. I'm not like you. The arena went completely silent. Then whispers spread like fire. The champion looked up at Jack, mandibles clicking in confusion. Kill him. The gold-marked alien stood, pointing at Jack. Kill the human now. Guards rushed into the arena. But something strange happened. From the stands, objects began raining down. Food containers. Pieces of seating. Other aliens in the crowd were throwing things at the guards. What's happening? Jack asked as Vexenar suddenly appeared beside him. You showed mercy, Vexenar said quickly. Something no champion has ever done. The subjugated species in our empire are watching. You've given them hope. Alarms blared throughout the arena. The screens flickered, showing new images. Spaceships, hundreds of them, appearing at the edge of the system. Earthships, Jack whispered, recognizing the designs. Vexenar nodded. Your transmission reached them. They're here. The gold-marked alien was screaming orders as chaos spread through the arena. Fighting broke out in the stands, as long-oppressed species turned on their Krozak masters. Jack stood in the center of it all, bloodied but unbroken, watching as humanity arrived to change the galaxy forever. Explosions rocked the arena as Jack ran through smoke-filled corridors. Vexnar led the way, his 4 arms working quickly to override security doors. "The other human prisoners are this way," Vexnar said, mandibles clicking nervously. "Your Earth fleet is creating the perfect distraction." Alarms wailed. Red emergency lights cast strange shadows as they moved deeper into the station. Jack's wounds from the arena still bled, but adrenaline kept him going. "Why are you helping us?" Jack asked, grabbing a weapon from a fallen guard. Vexnar paused at a junction. "Because I have seen what humans endure. What you create from suffering. The Krozak High Command fears you for good reason." They reached the prison block. Jack blasted the control panel. Doors slid open, revealing the remaining human prisoners. 15 survivors from the original outpost crew. "Miller? Is that really you?" A woman stepped forward, her face bruised, but her eyes sharp. Jack felt his heart jump. "Lisa? Lisa Reeves? I thought you were on the Europa station." "Got transferred last month." She grabbed a weapon from Vexnar, eyeing the alien suspiciously. "Friend of yours?" "Something like that," Jack said. "Earth fleet is here. We need to move." The station shook again. Through a viewport, Jack saw Earthships engaging the Krozak fleet. Bright flashes of weapons fire lit up space. The battle was massive. Vexnar's communication device buzzed. He listened, his posture stiffening. "What is it?" Jack asked. "The High Command has activated the Sundering," Vexnar said, voice low. "A weapon designed to target human genetic code. It will kill every human in this system within hours." Lisa stepped forward. "Where is this weapon?" "The mothership." "But you cannot stop it. The security is." "We have to try." Jack cut him off. "How do we get there?" Vexnar hesitated, then nodded toward a hangar bay. "I can get you aboard." "But it's suicide." Jack turned to the other prisoners. "Get to the escape pods. Rendezvous with Earth forces." "I'm coming with you," Lisa said, checking her weapon. 3 other prisoners stepped forward. "Us too." Jack nodded, feeling a strange pride. Humans never quit. They fought their way to the hangar. Vexnar's access codes got them through most security points. The station was in chaos. Rebellions had broken out on multiple levels as other alien species seized their chance for freedom. A small transport ship waited in the hangar. As they approached, a voice boomed over the station's communication system. "Commander Vexnar," the gold-marked alien's voice echoed. "Your access codes have been used to free prisoners. You are declared traitor to the Krozak Empire." Vexnar froze. "They know." "Keep moving," Jack urged. They boarded the transport. Vexnar piloted while Jack and the others prepared weapons. Through the view screen, they saw the massive Krozak mothership, a dark, jagged structure larger than a small moon. "The weapon is in the central chamber," Vexnar explained. "It's already powering up." Jack received a transmission from the Earth fleet. Commander Frank Wilson's face appeared on screen. "Miller? You're alive. We picked up the other escapees. What's your position?" "Heading to the mothership," Jack replied. "They've got a bioweapon targeting human DNA." Wilson's face paled. "Fall back immediately. We're going to hit that ship with everything we've got." "There's no time," Jack said. "We're already on approach. If you attack now, you'll kill us too." "I can't risk the lives of thousands for a suicide mission, Miller." Jack looked at Lisa, at the determined faces of his team. "We can do this, sir. Humans endure, remember?" The transmission cut as they entered the mothership's docking bay. Alarms blared immediately. Krozak troops converged from all directions. There, Vexnar pointed to a massive door. The central chamber. They fought forward, taking cover behind cargo containers. Lisa was hit in the leg, but kept firing. 2 of their team fell. Jack and the last team member reached the door with Vexinar. "My codes won't work anymore," Vexinar said. Suddenly, Vexinar was hit by multiple blasts. He collapsed against Jack. "Go," the alien whispered, pressing something into Jack's hand. "This will open the door." "Stop the weapon." As Krozak forces closed in from all sides, Jack looked down at the dying alien who had chosen humans over his own kind. "Why?" Jack asked. Vexinar's black eyes fixed on Jack's. "Because you showed me what courage truly is." Jack slammed Vexinar's device against the door panel. The massive doors slid open with a hiss. He dragged Lisa inside as enemy fire peppered the wall behind them. "We're not going to make it back out, are we?" Lisa asked, pressing a hand to her bleeding leg. Jack didn't answer. The central chamber stretched before them, a vast space dominated by a pulsing blue column of energy. The weapon. Around it, Krozak scientists worked frantically at control stations. 90 seconds to full activation, a computerized voice announced. The gold-marked alien stood on a raised platform, directing operations. He turned as Jack and Lisa entered, his black eyes widening. "Impossible," he hissed. "No human should have reached this chamber." Jack raised his weapon. "We're good at doing the impossible." Guards rushed toward them. Jack pushed Lisa behind a console and fired, taking down 2 aliens. Lisa shot another despite her injury. 80 seconds to activation. "We need to reach the main controls," Lisa shouted over the noise of battle. Jack nodded toward the blue column. "Cover me." He sprinted across the chamber as Lisa laid down suppressing fire. Alarms blared. The ship shuddered as Earth forces attacked the outer defenses. Jack reached a control panel and began pressing buttons. Nothing made sense. All alien symbols and flashing lights. 70 seconds to activation. The gold-marked alien leaped down from his platform, landing heavily before Jack. He towered over the human, mandibles clicking in rage. "Your species is a disease," he snarled. "The prophecy warned us. Beware the creatures born of fire, who bend but never break." Jack dodged the alien's first strike. What prophecy? An ancient warning that a species would rise from a death world and spread across the stars like a plague. The alien swung again, catching Jack's shoulder. "We attacked your outposts first as a preventive measure." Jack stumbled back, blood flowing from a new wound. "You started this war because of a story?" 60 seconds to activation. Lisa had worked her way closer, firing at scientists trying to complete the weapon sequence. "Jack, we need to overload it." The gold-marked alien laughed. "The weapon cannot be stopped. When it activates, every human in this system will die. Then we target your homeworld." Jack lunged forward, tackling the alien. They crashed into a control panel. Sparks flew. Jack drove his fist into the weak spot he de-learned from the arena, the lower left side of the exoskeleton. The alien roared in pain. 50 seconds to activation. Warning. Control system damaged. Lisa reached the main console. "Jack, I can redirect the energy, but it will destroy this ship." "Do it," Jack shouted, still grappling with the gold-marked alien. The alien pinned Jack down, 2 hands around his throat. "You will watch your species die." 40 seconds to activation. Jack's vision blurred. He thought of Earth, of Ben's sacrifice, of Vexinar's courage. With one final surge of strength, he broke free and slammed the alien's head against the metal floor. "Lisa, now," he gasped. Lisa's fingers flew across the controls. Redirecting target to this ship's shields. 30 seconds to activation. Warning. Target parameters altered. The gold-marked alien staggered to his feet. "What have you done?" "The same thing humans always do," Jack said. "Adapt." 20 seconds. Warning. Catastrophic overload imminent. Lisa limped to Jack's side. "We need to get to an escape pod." The ship rocked violently. Fires broke out across the chamber. Most of the Krazak scientists had fled. 10 seconds. Jack helped Lisa toward the exit. The gold-marked alien watched them, mandibles hanging open in disbelief. "How?" he asked. "How do you keep fighting?" Jack paused at the door. "Because we know what it means to endure." They barely reached an escape pod as the weapon activated. The energy meant to destroy human DNA instead crashed against the mothership's own shields, creating a feedback loop. The massive ship began to tear itself apart. Their tiny pod ejected into space as explosions consumed the mothership. Through the viewport, they watched Earthships engaging the remaining Krazak fleet. Many alien vessels were surrendering. "We did it," Lisa whispered, her head resting on Jack's shoulder. Jack looked out at the stars, thinking of Vexnara's words, about humans being creatures born of fire, about bending but never breaking. "Earth command to escape pod," a voice crackled over the radio. "Miller, is that you?" Jack smiled through cracked lips. "Still here, command." Humans endure. As their pod drifted toward an Earth vessel, Jack knew the galaxy would never be the same. The war wasn't over, but something had changed. An alien had frozen in horror, seeing what humans could endure. And in that moment, the future of both species had been forever altered.